Hi, good evening. This is the podcast and video log for Zimmer and Peacock for the week starting the 31st of August 2020. So every week we do a sort of combined podcast and video log about the news that have come from Zimmer and Peacock this week. So the first thing I just want to discuss is Zimmer and Peacock is looking for a engineer who has a lot of server based experience. We do sort of say, we're looking for somebody who's got sort of multi language programming, including JavaScript and Python, Julia, HTML, and query languages, and Node.js and GraphQL is kind of useful to us. Now, the reason that we're so interested in this is because at Zimmer and Peacock, we do love electrochemical sensors. We love the application of biosensors, but we also are very interested in the sending of that data, obviously, to the cloud. And when it's in the cloud, we can work upon the data and turn what really is data into information, and the information could be, decisions can be made upon that data. In order to do all of that, you really do need, obviously, engineers to kind of help set up and run these kind of servers and these kind of services. I mean, if you look at our website, you'll see that actually we have a data sciences group. So of all the groups that have grown at Zimmer and Peacock in the last few months, it's really been data science. And as a subset of data science, artificial intelligence has really grown up as well. So at Zimmer and Peacock, we are passionate about biosensors, but biosensors are really just a way of us gathering data. And then the next part of the overall workflow is turning that data into actionable information. And in order to do that, we're trying to recruit server-side engineers. We already have this kind of group in-house, but we're trying to make it stronger, trying to augment it with more engineers. And we're quite happy for those engineers to be very internationally based. So if you know of these types of engineers, then please have them contact us. It makes a little difference to us whether they're in Norway, the UK, in the USA, in Southeast Asia. It doesn't make any difference. A significant piece of news is we're also going to be doing a free webinar on the 17th of September. This one's going to be on an introduction to wearable biosensors and transdermal biosensors. I think we're very happy with this webinar series that we've been doing. We do a sort of large webinar once every approximately 4 weeks. We've done one on introduction to biosensing. We've done one on introduction to electrochemistry. We've done one on impedance spectroscopy. And now it's time to do one on wearable biosensors. So on our news page, you'll find there's a registration button. So people can register there for this upcoming webinar. But it's not just a webinar, because it also includes a live demonstration as well. So that I think people always really enjoy those as well. So we'll be doing that on the 17th of September. And then it's a shorter podcast this week. But we are also, I started off with this podcast mentioning that we're hiring. We are also hiring engineers in London. So this one is, because of the nature of it, we're looking for people with a background in electromechanical engineering. Ideally, they might actually have some bioscience experience. And the reason being is, we have a lot of engineering programs, and it often involves, conversation about enzymes or conversation about DNA, conversation about proteins and antigens. And so it's useful if that engineer has actually some familiarity with that kind of language. It's not absolutely essential, but it is useful to us. So Zimmer and Peacock, we have a team in London. They're very scientifically strong. We want to augment that team now, strengthen that team with an engineer. We're ideally looking for an engineer who has both electro and mechanical experience. And so on that one, we said, if you're interested in that, then you can contact Evan and I through LinkedIn and have that conversation and see if you want to join our team. Now, the last thing I'm going to just mention this week is the ZP Developer Zone. So the ZP Developer Zone, we're on something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've done about 6. So the ZP Developer Zone is a membership club where our members join. In joining, they get basically a sort of access to Zimmer and Peacock in terms of discounts. We also run a Discord server. Every week we do a special webinar exclusively for our members, and we're very. And next year the plan is to hold a workshop or conference in Jakarta, mainly focused on our members, and then members of the public can come along, but they'll be charged. So anyway, we have this developer zone, and this week we did our webinar, and we did it on mycotoxins. So if you're interested in that webinar, I'll also try and put a link to that down below, or I'll link to it on the YouTube channel. So in summary, this was the sort of news for the week starting the 31st of August from Zimmer Peacock. As I said, we are looking for server-side engineers, and they can be globally anywhere in the world. We are doing a webinar on the 17th of September. It's free, but you have to sort of pre-register, and then we'll send you a link closer to the date. And then we are hiring engineers in London. We're looking for people with electromechanical experience to complement the scientific team that we have. And I'm also going to just mention that we do have a developer zone. We do a weekly live streaming for that developer zone, and then we post the live streaming afterwards up onto YouTube. So if you're interested in ZP Developer Zone, I'd also sort of Google that or find it through our pages. So yeah, thanks very much. That was the news for this week, and yeah, we'll be doing the same podcast and video log next week. Okay, and any questions regarding Zimmer Peacock, please don't hesitate to contact us. All right, thanks very much.